Hello and welcome to today's video. Hey guys, it is Meggi Liz and welcome to today's video. So as you can tell, I'm going to be doing the 16 personality quiz. Basically, it says it takes less than 12 minutes to do, unless if you're a YouTuber. Answer honestly, even if you don't like the answer, and try not to use any neutral answers. So basically, there's 100 questions, and it's basically going to tell you what your personality is. And yeah, so let's get on with this, with question number 1. You find it difficult to introduce yourself to other people. I highly agree with that because I'm a very shy person. So if I do not know you, which it says introduce yourself to people, so I guess you don't know who they are. So if I don't know you, I'm a very shy person. Until you get to know me, I'm very loud. So you often get so lost in thoughts that you ignore or forget your surroundings. That is 100% true. I agree with that. I will be like in the middle of like Walmart or something, and I will completely like lose track of like where I am and everything because I get so lost in my thoughts. So, I definitely agree with that. You try to respond to your emails as soon as possible, cannot stand the messy inbox. I highly disagree with that one. I literally have 99 plus emails I have not even opened yet, mainly because they're either from like Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or things like that, and I probably already know about it, so I'm just like, why even bother? You find it easy to stay relaxed and focused even when you are under some pressure. I kind of disagree with that one, mainly because I absolutely suck at being under pressure. I will have an emotional breakdown. I've done that before, so. You do not usually initiate conversations. Um, I somewhat disagree with that because, like, if I personally know you, like, if you're one of my friends or something, I will text back first, but I sometimes suck at texting though because I will be like be doing something like YouTube or something. I'll see like my friend text me like, oh, I'll message them back in a minute, and then like several days pass. I'm like, oh shit, I should probably write them or something. So yeah, I would have to say I somewhat disagree with that, mainly because I sometimes do initiate conversations with like my friends. So you rarely do something just out of sheer curiosity. I highly agree with that. I am not a risky type person who does things just because I want to know like what will happen. So I say I highly agree with that because I rarely ever do that. You feel superior to other people. I highly disagree with that. I try not to, like, I don't like to feel that I'm above someone or that I'm lower than someone. I feel like I'm as equal as anyone really can be, so I highly disagree with that. Being organized is more important to you than being adaptable. I would have to highly, well, some, like, kind of halfway disagree with that because I'm not an organized person. I am not. Like, my workstation that I have in the other room with my laptop and YouTube stuff is a fucking mess. My room is a mess, and my life's a mess, so I'm not an organized person. You're usually highly motivated and energetic. I would say I somewhat agree with that. Like, half of the week I'll be extremely motivated and want to, like, record videos ahead of time and energetic. Other days, though, I don't want to do nothing. Like, well, I don't want to do anything because I just want to be a lazy piece of shit, so really depends. Winning a debate matters less to you than making sure someone no one gets upset. Yeah, debate matters less. I have to highly agree with that because I'd rather like winning a debate is not as important as making sure people are not upset by things. So you often feel as if you have to justify yourself to other people. I somewhat agree with that because I feel like a lot of people, unless it's like you watch my videos or you personally know me, don't understand who I am, and sometimes I have to like justify myself. But also at the same time, like if I have an opinion, I'm not going to justify it because I shouldn't have to. So I somewhat agree with that. Like in reality, I'd want to put neutral because that's kind of true, but I'm just gonna put I somewhat agree. Your home and work environments are quite tidy. I uh I definitely disagree with that because, as like I said before, my entire life is a mess. So you do not mind being the center of attention. That's definitely 100% wrong because I hate being the center of attention. I don't know why. I get extremely nervous and anxious, so I can't. You consider yourself more practical than creative. I somewhat disagree with that because I feel like I'm just barely more creative than practical. But I'm one of those people that I like know what's practical and what's not, and I try to stay away from what's not. So, because I don't want to completely fuck my life up. So, people can rarely upset you. I don't 100% agree with that, but most of the time, yeah. If you would have asked me a couple years ago, I would have said I 100% disagree with that. Now, though, I almost 100% agree. Your travel plans are usually well thought out. I actually agree with that because the only time I ever travel is like once or twice a year to go to Kansas with my family. And usually me and my sister are like the people that pack like a week beforehand, unless if it's like a short time span trip like oh, it's like 3 days before we're leaving. And by the way, we're going, like it's kind of a last minute thing. But most of the time me and my sister pack about a week ahead, while my dad and mom pack like the day before, which my dad has an excuse. He only packs like 5 things. My mom on the other hand kind of rushes it, so yeah, but I definitely plan out my trips pretty well out. It is often difficult for you to relate to other people's feelings. I disagree with that because I try to relate as much as possible with other people's feelings so I don't hurt them and I can help them as much as I can. And especially because I've been through so much that I feel like I can relate to more than other people can. Your mood can change very quickly. I somewhat disagree with that. Like there will be some days where I'll be super happy and then like something will just hit me where I get pissed off or emotional real quick. But most of the time, my mood like doesn't change very quickly. Actually, I'm gonna choose that one. Okay. In a discussion, truth should be more important than people's sensitivity. I have to say I somewhat agree with that because I feel like the truth is very important. I'd rather tell the truth than lie, but I also feel like maybe you should put it nicely so you don't hurt people's feelings. So I don't know, that one's kind of a hard one. You rarely worry about how other actions affect other people. I have to say I somewhat disagree because I feel like some things I have to do no matter who might get hurt because of it, which rarely ever happens. But it really depends. So, your work style is closer to random energy spikes than to methodical and organized approach. Yeah, that is 100% true. Usually I record videos whenever I get a random burst of energy. So, you are often envious of other people. Envious, I'm pretty sure, means that you look up to people more and stuff like that, basically. I'm gonna say I slightly disagree with that because I usually don't look up to too many people. So, an interesting book or video game is often better than a social event. 100% agree, especially video games. Being able to develop a plan and stick to is the most important part of every project. I somewhat disagree because like a lot of my videos and things like that aren't very like planned ahead, and I don't really like plan everything. I'm like usually I just think of something to do and I just kind of go from there. So you rarely get carried away by fantasies and ideas. I pretty heavily disagree with that. I get carried away by different ideas I have and fantasies, and it's kind of my life. You often find yourself lost in thought when you are walking in nature. I 100% agree with that. I get lost in thoughts wherever I am, so if someone does not respond to your email quickly, you start worrying if you said something wrong. I wouldn't perhaps say emails, but like texting, definitely. Mainly because like if one of my friends just doesn't text me back within like a couple of minutes, I'm like, shit, did I say something wrong? Like, what if I did? And things like that, even if they're just busy. But a lot of the times that does go through my head, like, oh, they're probably just doing something, especially one of my friends who's a mother. So, I'd have to say I slightly agree with that. As a parent, you would rather see your kid grow up kind and smart. I would have to agree with that slightly, like somewhat, because of course I don't want my kid to be like really dumb and get bullied for that and things like that. But I definitely rather have them be nice, and because I feel like niceness gets you further, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling now. You do not let other people's influence your other people. I can't talk. You do not let other people influence your actions. I highly agree with that because if I'm like doing something on my channel, people don't like it. I'm like, well, if I enjoy it, I'm gonna keep doing it because, I mean, there has to be some like at least a couple people that like it. So your dreams tend to focus on the real world and its events. Oh, 100% disagree because I will dream about the most random shit ever. So it does not take you long to start getting involved in social events at your work. I'm gonna slightly disagree with that because I definitely don't get involved with things like that very easily. So you are more of a natural improviser than a careful planner. Definitely. A lot of my stuff I just kind of improvise. So your emotions control you more than you control them. I definitely disagree with that. Well, slightly. Like sometimes, yeah, my emotions can control me, but more than likely they won't. You enjoy going to social events that involve dress up or role play activities. The only thing I can really think of is like Comic-Con. I really wouldn't mind going to one. So I'm gonna say I slightly agree with that one. You often spend time exploring unrealistic and impractical yet intriguing ideas. Definitely, for sure. You would rather improvise than spend time coming up with a detailed plan. For sure. Yeah, because I don't like writing out what I'm going to say and things like that like a lot of YouTubers do. So I just kind of improvise. I'd rather do that because I feel like it comes off the top of my head. I'm more creative that way. So you are a relatively reserved and quiet person. Yes, I wouldn't say like too much anymore, so I somewhat agree with that one. I feel like I'm more loud than I used to be. If you had a business, you would find it very difficult to fire loyal but underperforming employees, for sure. Definitely. I've never had to be in that spot before, but definitely. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence. No, definitely not. I don't really question a lot of things that are happening. I mean, unless it is really fucked up things, but I definitely don't question it. Logic is usually more important than heart when it comes to making important decisions? Oh, that's a hard one. Because I feel like logic, you need logic to make some decisions, but also at the same time you need to use heart. I hate to do this, but I have to say neutral for that one because I don't know. Keeping your options open is more important than having a to-do list, for sure. I don't really plan a lot of things, not gonna lie. Like, I bought a planner for my YouTube videos. I literally used it for like a month, and that's it. Which was, I think, in the month of February. Mainly because I was working at the nursing home, so I needed to kind of plan things, but yeah, so if your friend is sad about something, you are more likely to offer emotional support than suggest ways to deal with the problem. I somewhat disagree with that because I feel like I suggest ways to deal with it more than I do emotional support. But at the same time, I don't know, it really depends on what it is. You rarely feel insecure. I'm gonna say I somewhat disagree with that because I definitely don't feel as insecure as I used to, but still somewhat. You have no difficulties coming up with a personal timetable and sticking to it. Definitely disagree. I am awful at timetables, and yeah, I'm awful at timing, for sure. Being right is more important than being cooperative when it comes to teamwork. I highly disagree with that. I feel like if I am wrong, I will admit it. Like, but up until then, I will fight about it until like I know the moment, like, oh shit, I'm actually wrong. So I definitely disagree with that because I feel like you should cooperate definitely more. My phone just buzzed. I don't know why. Alright, you think that everyone's views should be respected regardless of whether they are supported by facts or not. I 100% agree with that because I feel like everyone's views, like religion, like different things like that, I feel like they should be respected, no matter if you believe in them yourself or if they have facts or not. So, you feel more energetic after spending time with a group of people. 100% agree. Up until then, I am not energetic sometimes, but like the moment I get done hanging out with a group of people, I'm like, I want to record a video because I feel so energetic. So I definitely agree. You frequently misplace your things. I somewhat agree with that. Like, the only thing I ever really lose is my phone all the time. So I somewhat agree with that. You see yourself as very emotionally stable. I definitely agree with that. I feel like I don't let my emotions get in the way too much, and I don't, like, out of nowhere have an emotional breakdown. Unless if I've been building up a lot of things and, like, the tiniest thing just sets me off, but not really too. Like, I think that's only happened, like, twice. So, your mind is always buzzing with unexplored ideas and plans. Definitely. I feel like I plan like what type of videos I do like a week or two ahead. And then when it comes to like actually recording it, I'm just like, oh yeah, I had this idea. So you would not call yourself a dreamer. I highly disagree. I feel like my entire life I've been just chasing after my dream, which when I was younger it was singing and now it's YouTube. So you usually find it difficult to relax when talking in front of many people. Yes, I definitely agree with that. I'm awful when it comes to like making speeches in front of people, like, story time. So basically, I was going to this Christian school, so my entire high school had like 25 people. So basically, my entire class, which was maybe like 10, 15 people, had to give a speech. Basically, we had to do it in front of the entire high school. And after I got done, I went up to my friend. I was just like, so how bad was I? He was like, well, the entire time it looked like you were either going to vomit or pass out, and you talked extremely fast. I'm like, yep, okay, so I definitely, absolutely fucking sucked at it. Great to know. So yes, I suck at talking in front of a lot of people. So, generally speaking, you rely more on your experience than your imagination. I slightly disagree with that. Actually, I'd have to say I slightly agree with that because I think I do rely more a little bit on my experiences and my parents' experiences and things like that. So, you worry too much about what other people think. I definitely slightly disagree with that because I feel like I don't give a fuck as much now. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but I say I definitely slightly give less of a fuck than I did a couple years ago. If the room is full, you stay closer to the walls, avoiding the center. Weirdly enough, even though I suck in front of like new people and things like that, I definitely would have to say I halfway disagree with that because I'm one of those people that if I'm at like a party or something, I stay in like the middle because that's like my comfort zone. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm also slightly claustrophobic. So if I'm against the wall and there's people like kind of like in front of me, I feel trapped. So if I'm like in the middle, then I feel a lot better. You have a tendency to procrastinate until there's not enough time to do everything. Um, I procrastinate, but usually, like, when I still have some time to do it, I decide to do everything. So I say I slightly agree with that. You feel very anxious in stressful situations. Yes, I feel like that is a normal thing, though. I think that, like, when you are really stressed or in a stressful situation, it's usually because of anxiety or being anxious in some way. So I feel like it's very normal. You believe that this is more rewarding to be liked by others than to be powerful. I'd have to say yes to that. But that kind of depends. I don't know, but I would have to say I halfway agree with that one. You have always been interested in unconventional and ambitious things, books, art, and movies. 100% agree. Especially art, for sure. You often take initiative in social situations. No, not at all. Because I'm a very shy person, like I said before, so I cannot take initiative as much as a lot of people can. Ooh, I'm getting my results. I am the mediator. Okay. I am 40% extroverted, 60% introverted. Wow, I was totally wrong. I thought I was like 70-80% extroverted because I think more positive about a lot of things, so that's interesting. For energy, it says I am 66% intuitive. Yeah, that sounds about right. 73% feeling, overthinking. 80% prospecting over tactics. Yeah, because I definitely don't like judging things or people or like anything that has to do with judging. So, and then I'm barely more assertive. I'm 53% assertive. That sounds about right. So mind, energy, nature, tactics, and identity. Um, Wow. Okay. So I guess I'm the mediator. So I'm guessing that's basically saying that I like to keep the peace in things and I'm a huge dreamer and things like that. That's what I'm kind of guessing what it means because that's what a mediator basically is. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did give this video a big thumbs up, smash that like button. I will leave a link to this quiz down in the description so you can go check it out and take it yourself. Comment suggestions for upcoming videos and comment what you end up getting because I would love to know. All my social media will be down in the description, so go follow me on all those. And subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. And I will see all of you in the next video, as always. Bye, guys.